Bing,
'Tis the season
bong,
to be
ba-doom,
jolly
ba-dum,
and
ba-da-dum,
joyous.
ba-da, ba-ba-da-ba-da. Okay, good morning. This is a great day. I'm so excited. We're cleaning out Mimi. So Mimi's office used to be in this corner, but it was also like the crafting corner. And I don't know if you know this, we're all very crafty. So there's a lot of supplies, and we're gonna finally organize them. I'm really excited. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling very excited to get everything organized so we can find it, because every time somebody goes looking for something, I'm always like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Because since I moved my desk out of there because I had to move it into Aaron's office. And so everything's just kind of been dropped in there. So beware, it looks really bad.
I mean, there's not like trash over there. It's not like dirty. It's just messy.
Yeah.
Very messy.
Very, very messy. Yeah, but I'm excited to be able to find everything.
Yeah. I think our plan is we're going to put everything on these two tables. Well, first we're going to move the Explorer shelf, which is this shelf from Nested.
I think we should take all the stuff off of the Explorer shelf and then move it.
Yeah.
So that stuff will go on the
That's
table.
just where we're starting. We're not starting with the bulk of the situation.
Because you'll see the Explorer shelf is blocking everything on purpose because it looks less bad.
Yeah. Then when people came over, they were like, oh, just a busy shelf to block off this office corner.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Privacy.
Secret office.
And you're like, that is true. And also, there's a lot of stuff on the ground. Don't look.
It's so bad.
But it's all cool stuff. I don't even think we're going to get rid of that much, honestly. It's mostly organizing. A lot of fabrics. A lot of other things.
Notions and crafting
bits
things.
and bobs.
Not just sewing.
No.
Like all kinds of crafting.
Many different kinds of crafts.
Because I have a lot of crafting things.
Well, other people benefit because we give them presents that we made.
Exactly.
So it's all worth it in the end. I think I'm going to try and do a time lapse on my phone, and then I'll use Mimi's phone to get in between clips. But I think it'll be really good. Really satisfying. All right. So here's what we got over here. As you can see, there's a lot of fabric that mostly when you're looking at it. There's also there's Lego sets you haven't built.
Yes.
So I think those could probably go somewhere else if we don't have room for them, because you could go looking for them when you want to build a Lego set. But like all the crafting stuff is what mostly has to stay over here. And your dream is to put a table right here, right?
Yes.
Then you could look out the window while you sew.
Exactly.
We wouldn't have to sew at the table unless we're needing multiple machines, which is also very
multiple
possible.
machines should fit on the table.
That's true. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked. All right, we've made some real progress. The Explorer shelf is empty. Well, there's stuff in the cabinets, but we're gonna do that part later. But it's empty enough for us to move, which is what matters. It's also gonna make putting stuff on the table and putting stuff off of the table much easier with a lot more space to walk through. Because right now we're both walking through this tiny space. And this is how much we've got on the table so far. If you don't know about sewing, it might not look that organized, but I promise it is honestly pretty well organized. I don't think all of this is going back in the Explorer shelf, but some of it we know is. And so like the silhouette machine, which is like a Cricut, it's gonna go back on there. So eventually fabric is gonna be basically this whole table. But right now it's this, because the books are gonna go back on there. The like bigger stuff ideally would go back on the shelf. All right, what are you thinking about what to put back first?
Oh, great question. So I think we need to put like all the books back on the Explorer shelf.
The things that we definitely know.
Yeah, like the little containers that go on the Explorer shelf. I think that's the first thing, so we can clear off this table and then get all of the fabric out and put it on the table.
Yeah.
I'm also going to put my pre-cut fabrics on here because they look cute.
They are cute.
And I want to be able to see them so that I remember I have them, because pre-cuts are like things that I
That's true. You forget about, versus like when you're looking for fabric to use, you're like, oh, let me go look at big fabrics that I have.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because there's so many like small, like little scrap fabric.
Yeah, I think the small one should be somewhere you can at least see some of them. Yeah, I love that. We can do that. Let's do it. Okay, I feel like honestly we're like a third of the way done. Maybe halfway done.
If you just look over here, it's looking really good.
It looks really good. This doesn't look bad. This is all organized.
Yeah.
We have the perfect amount of fabric. The problem is that with sewing, like you need different fabrics for different things.
Yeah, well, we haven't even opened that yet.
It's not like painting. How many reds are there, really? You know, it has different weights, different amounts.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah. So I don't think, honestly, and I know people who have way more. That's pretty good. Mimi said this is the point where she starts to feel overwhelmed. I thought maybe that would be relatable to people.
Yeah, because I have this pile over here, not the sign, but all the rest of the stuff that I just have to find places to put because they aren't necessarily craft related.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That is the part that's the hardest of doing stuff like this. It's like random stuff that got put there. We've gotten a lot done. We're gonna finish this corner, and then I think we sweep. We might have to get another table to put here for sorting, which would be fine. We have another table. But I mean, look, the Explorer shelf looks great. Yeah. She's gonna be so accessible. So yeah, I think we sweep.
Yeah.
We could put all this in a box. We've got a next swap box already downstairs if there's anything you wanted to get rid of. But yeah, I think we sweep. I think we maybe get the other table. And then I think we're gonna have to do the cabinets next though, so we can put stuff away in the cabinets. I'm realizing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, this is where we're at before our lunch break. Pretty. Everything's out in the open. Well, not everything, but this main cabinet is empty except for pattern pieces. We might leave pattern here. We might put them somewhere else because I do feel like you go searching for patterns. You don't usually get like inspired by them. And we do need all the fabric here. But also, I don't know, because this might be the only place it fits. So we'll see. All right, we're in the labeling stage, which some say is the best part. But Mimi chose a new font, and can't really read it.
That's not what it looked like. It looked like just a regular serif font.
But this is cute.
Yeah.
But we won't use it because we're gonna confuse people who come here.
Yeah.
All right, this is where I'm leaving you. We've got really a lot. Like, it looks so much better. Maybe we're gonna get Mimi's gonna get containers to put under the sewing table for like the big pieces of fabric, and then this is like more specific fabric, scraps and stuff at the bottom, or like things that would be for like quilting, so they're kind of small. Look at that. That looks great. All right, Mimi completed it by herself because I was at Zoo Lights. How do you feel?
I feel so great. Like, I don't exactly know where everything is yet because I haven't learned where I put it. So it takes a couple minutes, but everything definitely has a place. So I can definitely find everything. It just might take a minute.
Yeah.
I can't remember where I put it.
Was it worth the stress of doing it?
Oh my gosh, it was so worth it.
Would you like to give us a tour?
Oh, sure. You mean like in here?
Yeah.
So we've got like all of the ribbon and rickrack, little pipe cleaners, zippers, grommets, snaps, clips, all of those things.
Yeah.
Eyelets, and then just like different kinds of fabric. I just shoved in paper cutters.
I mean, paper cutter,
places.
he's his own thing.
He is, and he fit there, so
yeah.
That's where I put him. So
your scraps are in here, right?
No, the scraps are actually underneath here. Yeah, so that was the big thing. There's like containers underneath here that have fabric in them.
I mean, but they're all folded and...
Yeah, they're all folded and organized. Like, you can get to them easily and see them. Yeah, this is the scrap basket right through here. So really easy to like put shove stuff into it. I found a couple of bags of scraps that I just have to empty in there. But yeah, so much nicer. And then...
Oh, yeah.
The Explorer cabinet here.
Oh, yeah, the baby pointed at Scully today and said Mimi.
Oh.
Which was very cute.
Mulder and Scully are up here. We've also got like our like drawing things, all of our pens and stuff.
Oh, yeah, because we have markers.
Markers up here. All the elastics, like everything. Oh, and then unless we're having people over, I think I'm just going to have...
I think that makes the most... We use it all the time.
Yeah, and it's, like, out of the way. And so this is all of my, like, ironing things here. And then just some other, like, craft things that I don't use all the time but are easy to find now.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we have three machines out. Obviously, sergers, always. And this is my heavy-duty machine. I have another machine that's a little bit more fancy, but a lot of the things I'm sewing right now are, like, more heavy-duty. And then this is Bo's machine, which is an embroidery machine. So we're going to be doing some embroidery. I need to fix Felix's name on their stocking.
Yes.
Some other stuff that
Felix's name was misspelled.
Exactly.
Embarrassing.
For sure.
And so we're going to fix it this year.
Yeah. But yeah, I got some stabilizer so that I can try that out. And I'm going to make, I have a couple of things that I am going to use to like test. Because the machine was kind of being weird. So we haven't used it for a while. But I got it sewing regularly because it does regular sewing and it also does embroidery. So it's sewing correctly. So now I just need to like make sure and test that the embroidery is right.
Yeah.
But I haven't used it, so I'm kind of like learning how to use it.
Yeah, you found a video of a very cute boy.
Yeah,
who was teaching himself how to use it, which was very sweet.
It was so fun. So yeah, he's gonna teach me how to do some embroidery.
Yeah. Oh, you've got your fancy light.
Oh yes. This is actually, I think it's like a really expensive light that Aaron had for like working like off in his office. But yeah, it's so nice. You can move it like wherever you want it to be. It's really nice and bright. Love it.
Yeah. Oh, and over here, this is the cart.
And the cart. Yeah,
Describe the cart.
So the cart is amazing because we can just like take it out. This is all the like main things that we use, like all all the bobbins, all the scissors and pens and cutters and like everything. Basically all of the main things that we need, so we can just roll it over to the table because we craft over there a lot.
Yeah, when we're crafting as a family, we often take up the table.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and then back here, I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, I can see it over here.
Threads, those were already up there, and then all of my
rulers,
and then these are like bolts of fabric here that I have.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you have the yellow and the
Girl Scout.
Yes.
And then another couple more that I use just for balls. But yeah. And then some tracing paper stuff.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Really nice. Just in time for you to start Christmas crafting tomorrow, which is only 5 days before Christmas.
Oh my god, it is that close.
Yeah.
Time is big.
Yeah.
I did already make one thing. I made Aaron a cute little wrist rest and
He
like
loved
mouse
it.
rest.
That's true. I'll insert a picture right here. Picture. Yeah, I feel like it turned out great.
Yeah, I'm very excited to do some more sewing tomorrow.
Yes. No, it's inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Yay!
We did
Thank you
it.
so much for your help.
Yeah, I loved it. It was so much fun. And, as promised, here is us completing this quest in time-lapse. Enjoy and have a happy weekend.